Well, guys, we are back with Total War Attila, and this one starts off with an insane sally out. I love these elephants just knocking down their own troops here. They're not doing any damage, but it does knock them down. They'll get back up. So yeah, elephants charging out from the Sassanid Empire. This is a 3 versus 4, so 4 attackers. We've got Eastern Rome taking on the Sassanid Empire. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be... well, it's going to be chaotic because of the elephant sally out charge. Now, I like how this battle is kind of divided in two as well, because you have the river going through the city, so it's kind of parted the attacking forces. You got 2 over here, and then I think just one over here. So they're going to try to double team this army and take it out. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see how this unravels. We also have some... I assume this is a ally sending over some horse archers, but really quick, and I mean really quick, as these armies are advancing forward. Let's start with the Sassanid Empire. Here are their 3 army comps, so you can check that out. And I do want to say this battle was submitted by Tharshey, and he has a channel of his own, so definitely check that out. Link down in the video description. So now we've got more horsemen. I think this is a short range. They've got skirmish ability, but it is short range. They're going to charge the elephants, which I don't know if that's the play to make here. You probably want to hit them with the horse archers. I think that's a smart play. And now we've got infantry urgently advancing. We've got some elite immortals. We have some royal Persian archers. And yeah, this is just super chaotic. I think he was trying to slow down the well, actually, he's taking out the elephants. What the heck? It must be, is it the archers? The horse archers are starting to fire, but no, I think the cav just kind of dealt. I'm kind of shocked. I honestly thought cav kind of struggles from against elephants. Maybe because I don't know. I watched too much Lord of the Rings, the Pelennor Fields, cav charge. I don't know. But yeah, they kind of butchered those elephants. So good on them. Really great play, but there's a lot more elephants left. They're going to get hit hard by the... oh, yeah. By the horse archers. And this is what you definitely want to do here with the horse archers. Hit and run tactics. Try to get them to run amok. You might not kill them all, but you're definitely going to make them go wild. And now more elephants are charging in against this cav presence here. And, oh, a nice flanking fire from the Sassanid infantry. We've got the archers, the Persian, royal Persian archers, opening fire and trying to chip away at this cav, which is definitely being a little bit of a speed bump for the elephants. The infantry is now advancing forward, and now we have more elephants on this flank, but this time there's really nothing standing in their way other than the pikemen. I think the pikemen is a potential threat to the armored Indian elephants. We'll see what... oh my gosh. Yes, they are getting their trunks wet. They are certainly getting waist deep into human flesh. I mean, this is... they are just powering through this army. And you know what I think it is? I think this army is making... I don't know what they're doing, but what I assume they're trying to do is they're making a bold dash to their ally, or to the, at the very least, to the bridge. This is a big mistake. Big mistake. You're gonna... look, this is how it's gonna be. If you're this player, you're gonna die, okay? You're not gonna attack this settlement today. But what you could do is bring down as many Sassanid enemies as possible so your teammates can finish the job. But him frantically running away is just going to leave him open to endless elephant charging and cav charging. And look at the general is breaking, and yeah, this is not good. So they've got one more cav unit kind of holding off the elephants here. Now while that's going on, we do have a push on the walls. So this is a very dynamic siege battle where you got, your traditional kind of experience over here with infantry charging the walls, and then you've got the chaotic sally out, which has been a disaster on this Eastern Roman army. And yeah, I mean, clearly they had no rules on max elephants. But you know, elephants, in my opinion, aren't that challenging. I know when you're taking on this many, but still, I think if they use the archers efficiently, if they use the horse archers well, I think they could have dealt with these elephants. But they're trying to save as many men as possible, but he should have just stood his ground. I think he should have just stood his ground and fought. But that opportunity has gone, and now he's got what, like 10-15% of his army left over. I mean, it's something, but I think in the long run it would have been better for this army to just bunker down and bring down as many as possible with him. Now the horse archers are still kind of running around. We'll see what they do. But yeah, how many kills? I'm not seeing any kills from these guys. That's disappointing. I mean, to be fair, they were firing at, or letting loose, some arrows at elephants. So maybe they just did some damage, but they didn't get an actual kill. So we'll see. They still have a ton of ammo, so it's not a big deal. You know, it's not too bad, but now the sally out, they're not letting up either. I love this. The elephants are going in across the bridge, and I think the Eastern Roman Empire that's on the run, I think he was hoping to put some sort of stand here to bottleneck this sally out and kind of and control it. You know, control it a little bit, but this just, there's no controlling this. They are going to charge directly into the pikes. The pikes have established themselves, but there's infantry mixed in with the elephants that are definitely going to cause some issues. And they've got a unit of elephants going all the way around. There's nothing defending this bridge. Nothing. Okay, they're sending some pikemen. They got to get the crossbows ready as well. Line them up on this. You can start firing at them now. You could take these guys out, and you can see the elephants are going to turn back. That's probably a smart idea, because I don't think those elephants would have made it. But here, just, this bridge is going to break from the sheer weight of the elephants. I mean, that'd be kind of cool, but this bridge does look really sturdy. You know, like the bridge is not some wooden rinky-dink bridge. It is a solid brick bridge. It should be able to hold these elephants, and it is. And they are just powerhousing their way through the defenses here. And now Eastern Rome is having to fall back and reorganize their strategy. The balance of power is still it's in favor of the defenders at this point. You can see that the attackers had a much larger force in terms of total numbers, 11,960, but the allied forces having 7,464. But most of those, of course, the reason it's a smaller army is because the elephants. And really quick, looking at the Roman Empire, the Eastern Roman Empire, here are their army comps. There goes a general. I think he was on his last leg anyways, but yeah, there's the army comps. I'll just flash it on the screen. You can always pause it if you want to see it for longer. You guys know that. Why am I telling you that? Anyways, let's jump back in. These elephants, they are just a force to be reckoned with. You know, not a lot of them have a ton of kills, but here's the thing. There's so many. Oh, wait a second. This elephant has... You saw that, right? I saw... Yeah, this elephant right here has almost 1,000 kills, 840 kills, and they still are about, yeah, they're half strength. They're half strength. I don't think they're gonna last much longer. So they got to deal with the elephants. They can't, here, how could we put this? They have to deal with the elephants in the room. They have to deal with the elephants on the battlefield. I mean, they really do. they can't ignore them and just run away from them, because even if they do get inside the city, the elephants can go inside the city too. So at this point, I would be rallying the men. I would be focusing on getting all my archer firepower on these elephants, all my javies, all my pikes, really concentrate and focus on taking out these elephants, because if you don't, there's no chance of winning this battle. And you can see the balance of power. It's not unwinnable. They still have an advantage in numbers. They can still win this, but just running away like this and trying to force your men into the city is not going to do it. I would say in most cases it would work against cav, but these are elephants. But you got them in a good spot right here. You take nice job with the pikes. Very good work there. Get some crossbows, get some archers firing over here. You know, that's, you know, if they can do that, that's pretty good. You know, contain the situation. This is a nice area because it's a little bit of a choke point. This over here is pretty open, but over here it's a choke point, so you can protect the infantry that's charging the walls. And here we go. We've got the Eastern armored infantry going after these elite immortals. They're forming square formation. I'm curious if they're going to put archers up on these walls. We do have some archers over here. Let's see. They got 30 kills. They almost used up all their ammo. So these guys haven't really been doing much, but they are focusing their fire on some crossbows that are up on the walls. They are getting hit pretty hard, so he either needs to fire back or move them quickly, and he is going to, looks like, move them to the ground floor, which is a good idea. We have some infantry surrounded by the Eastern, or the Sassanids, the Eastern Roman Empire surrounded. So trying to keep them busy, but it's only a matter of time until they break. They're just kind of looking around and seeing. I mean, I truly believe that the Eastern Roman Empire can win this battle. I think they can if they deal with the elephants appropriately. They still have the units to do it. They've got the crossbows. They've got the pikemen. They've got plenty of infantry. And I think if you're comparing faction to faction, the strength of infantry is on the side of the Eastern Roman Empire. At least I believe so. We got infantry pouring in this way as well. These elite immortals, they're tough, but I don't think they have as good of a killing power as the infantry of the Eastern Roman Empire. More and more infantry coming in. These are archers now joining the fray. Just, you know, they no longer have ammo, so it makes sense. More and more of the axemen. Look at this. The axemen coming in. They're going to be able to get some good charging off and hopefully turn the tide of this battle. Here we go. Elephants coming around. This is when you need to hit them with crossbows right here. There's no archers over here in anticipate. I get it. He's got to worry about the Persian archers who are just decimating these pikemen who are protecting the flank, but hit these. Okay, good. He's hitting them pretty hard with the archer fire. This is good. This was a bit of a mistake from the Sassanid player, kind of charging these elephants in a little too early. I think he should just kind of concentrate on this side because these archers are going to help the elephants break through here. Here we go. The archers need to focus their fire on these armored Indian elephants. They need to do it, and they got to hold their ground, but they're starting to run out of time. I don't see them firing at all. I do not see them firing at all. Yeah, they're running now. It's too late. It's too late. Get these pikemen up there. Yeah, this unit's gone. Those elephants are going to destroy that unit. All right, now we got Nafatude coming up here. Look at this. They only have 16 kills, so they haven't really done much. They're still trying to fight in front of this barricade. I love it. Because even when they get through these immortals, they still have to bring down the barricade. So provides a lot of time for the Sassanids. And we've got intense fighting over here. Same kind of setup. Elite Immortals defending this barricade. It looks like there were some archers up here. I don't know how many kills they got. Maybe they've fallen them back. But yeah, they're fighting a good fight here. They've got some really good infantry. They will bring these guys down. They need to hurry up and win here. This is a little bit of a concern here, and a nice move by the Sassanids. They've got their archers going around the flank, and they're going to land some hits here over the wall, I assume, to try to get the Eastern Roman Empire's crossbows. Oh man, what a framey mess. Even with the new graphics card, this game is just so framey. And I know there's like things I can do. I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to do it, but you know, it is a video. Excuse me. So they have broken some immortals, but they got to keep going. They're getting hit by javies. They've got their axemen. They're going to charge in. That's awesome to see from the Eastern Roman Empire. Now we got some pikes, unfortunately, getting absolutely annihilated. They took down a decent amount of elephants, though. What is this guy doing? What the heck? What are you doing? He was like stabbing with a dagger. Look there, that guy just did it too. What do you think you're gonna do with that? Stab him with the pointy long stick. So elephants, yeah, they've been a major thorn in the side of the Eastern Roman Empire. They have now taken out the immortals here so they can start bringing down this barricade. They have quite the hill to climb here, metaphorically. They have quite a challenge. Is this more elephants? My goodness. This thing, they're just mass producing these things out of factories. So an intense fight in warm weather. A lot of archer fire coming down. Over on this side, we've got more fighting with the swordsmen there. It looks like they're trying to... Oh my gosh, this is so... These stakes, this is just the worst. But he is using the stakes to block one of the entry points, which makes it difficult, but he is fighting on the far flank here. And that's good. The Eastern Roman Empire needs to focus on as many flanks as possible to really spread the defenders thin. Oh my gosh, now elephants are pouring into this front line. They are pouring in. And now infantry is charging in as well. Look at this. But this infantry should come out on top. They've dealt with most of the elephants out here, so this is good. So they might actually be able to get these guys. They got one more little elephant here, but they might be able to get these guys off the battlefield. These archers have mostly exhausted their ammo. These are spearmen, elite immortals. I mean, they're decent, but they should be able to clean them up. Here we go. I think these guys are gonna cut these elite immortals off. There you go. And now we've got a delicious fight going on outside of the walls, which plays in favor of the Eastern Roman Empire, so good for them. And now the battle is kind of opening up here a little bit. I mean, it's still going to be a challenging fight. They still have some elephants they have to worry about. This is an opportunity. This right here, form column, run through your friendlies, and then you can get behind the enemy right here. Right here, right now. You could squeeze through this gap and get the rear, but you need to send a unit this way. Like, come on. This is a missed opportunity here. Now, they are pouring a bunch of troops, I assume, around the flank. They're going to keep pushing on this side. But holy moly, you got an opportunity. A golden opportunity to form a column, run through, sneak in, and get behind this infantry. But it doesn't seem like he's going to do it. And that's the kind of move that can win you battles. Completely break the defender's defense. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. All right, so the infantry fighting in the streets. Royal Persian. Oh! We got artillery. Oh, no. This is going to crush the spirits. It seems like it's been using a lot of ammo. They've got 102 kills. This is bad. This is bad. So this is... Again, they need to try to get a unit around this little gap here, but the artillery is going to make this very difficult. And now the extra infantry that was going around the flank are now fighting by these stakes. It looks like they could have a potential opportunity of breaking through here. The infantry doesn't seem as great as the other defending infantry. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know the Sassanid Empire that well. But it's going to be a tough uphill climb. Here we go. They're breaking some Sassanid infantry on this side. Good for him. And, you know, that opportunity I was talking about earlier where they could have sent a unit. Basically, they could have done this like 4 minutes ago. Now we got Cav charging in. Ooh, getting a good shock Cav charge. Trying to get kind of behind. That was a good move by the Eastern Roman Empire, trying to block them and not just letting them, you know, charge the rear. Oh, some axe throwing coming in. Oh, yeah, he's getting flanked. There we go. Nice little flank maneuver. Excellent. Archers are focusing fire on these guard because they are weak to archer fire. Excellent job. But I'm looking around. It is looking... Oh, there goes the artillery. It is looking very tough. Like a very desperate situation for the Eastern Roman Empire. I don't know if they can fight through this. Let's see. Let's look at that. Let's zoom out here, get a bird's eye view. Let's look at the numbers really quick. Here comes fresh reserves from the Eastern Roman Empire, trying to whittle down these defenders. They still have 2 healthy elephants in the back. Make that 3 healthy elephants. So we've got... Okay, the numbers are fairly even, actually, so that is good. I would say... Well, I would say the defenders are about a little more than half strength. A little more, but it's getting closer to half strength. But I feel like since the infantry's been fighting... Remember, the Eastern Roman Empire infantry is a bit better, but I don't know if they have enough, even though their infantry is superior. There's still a lot of reserves here waiting, but they need to start sending them up because a lot of units in the front line are getting greatly depleted. Over on this side, he's got some infantry that are in like a shield wall formation, testudo-esque formation, which is good. You're absorbing some ammo. Good for you guys. That's actually a nice little win there for the Eastern Roman Empire. But the Sassanids, very intimidating looking. They're just sitting back here waiting. Waiting for them to charge. And if they do charge, they need 2 units because they're trying to set up a flank here. So you have 1 unit hold the main front and then a secondary unit hold this flank. You got to match them. You can't go in with 1 unit. But this is looking promising over here on this side for the Eastern Roman Empire, because they were getting hit here by the catapult, which now has 332 kills. But if they... Oh, yeah. And I feel like that's kind of by design. He's intentionally making it so he has a much smaller force holding this force back, because the catapult is getting more kills and less friendly fire. So I feel like that's just an illusion, but still, you just gotta go for it and just hope that the artillery misses. But so far, it ain't missing. But it's almost out of ammo. 360 kills from that onager, which is very impressive. And this infantry is fighting their hearts out. They are charging in and getting some kills. But is it going to be enough? We're down to the last 10 minutes of this battle. And it's actually kind of surprising that we're already down to the last 10 minutes, because there's still a lot of infantry left from the Eastern Roman Empire. Now elephants are coming over here to utterly annihilate this flank. This is not good, because the Eastern Roman Empire has 0 anti-elephant units. They don't have any javies, they don't have any archers, they don't have any pikes. So this is a smart play by the Sassanid Empire to use their elephants in this situation. They need to get these crossbows up here. Stat. Is this catapult still holding on to its ammo? A lot of braking going on here. A lot of braking from the Sassanid Empire. This is promising for the Eastern Roman Empire. Very promising, as they butcher them with those mighty axes of Rome. Now we got some swords coming into play as well. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Now elephants are really getting the work done. These crossbows are trying to take them out, but the elephants force their way into their line. And that, guys, I mean, this is... I'm not going to say this is the nail in the coffin, but this is bad. This is bad, and I don't know if they're going to be able to recover from this. So elephants are stomping and marching and tossing enemy infantry. We still have a ton of infantry here left. A ton of infantry. But there's only 7 minutes left of this battle, which makes me wonder, I don't know. It's not a great sign for Eastern Rome, that is for sure. Because here's the only way Eastern Rome wins this battle. They like somehow kill all their generals and it creates a massive chain rout. Or it's going to be the other way around, you know, because Eastern Rome still has a considerable amount of troops. Elite immortals fighting it out. And here comes elephants over here on this side. Just so many elephants. Eastern Rome probably knew that there were going to be some elephants in this battle, but they probably didn't account for this many elephants. They've got pikes, but you know, honestly, they should have had these pikes in formation way sooner. Way sooner. And the elephants, yeah, look they're just breaking everything in sight. There's more elephants coming in. They've got 325 kills. And they're just going to go down the line because, guys, there's nothing here. There's nothing here that's going to stop these elephants. So they're just going to run through and do damage. And they have, guys, they've won over here. I think, I'm going to say it. I think right here, this is the nail in the coffin. they just didn't protect their flank. The elephants have no resistance, no units that are an actual threat to these elephants. And so they're going to just close in here and clean out these streets of Romans. Now, they will lose some, I mean, over just attrition, over just sheer exhaustion. They're going to lose some units, but they're going to take so many with them. This one has 875 kills and counting. And there we go. They're about to win on this flank as well. Yeah. The enemy refuses to defeat or to admit defeat. And they've got the units over here surrounded. And now at this point, it's... yeah, the attackers are now on defense. And look at all the breaking flags. That's like an entire army. We got a general breaking here. These units getting very little kills. The kill count now is 2,500 against 1,300. And just look at the Roman number tick down so quickly as the Sassanid one ticks down slowly. So this is the epic moment right here. The epic push of elephants into the defenseless infantry that have no answer to the might of the the armored Indian elephant. A devastating fight for them indeed. Now all this cav is going to come pouring in. The swordsmen are charging into the Roman swords. And I guess they can try to get their infantry up on the walls. That would, you know, nullify the elephants. But at this point, look, and now this general's breaking and he has yet to see any action. There's been so many casualties and breaking troops that the Roman army is just, they're done. They've had their fill, they had their fun, and they're getting the heck out of here as we are down to the last 3 minutes of the battle. The last 3 minutes. Oh, yeah. Yep. They have thrown down their weapons and they are fleeing. That's something we're going to hear a lot. And there's really nothing they could have done. So let's just sit back, kind of enjoy the slaughter. So what could have Rome done here? What could they have done to win this day? I think the biggest mistake here was this army. I think the Roman army on this side should have just held their ground and tried to bring down as many as they could. I think running in all the chaos of the breaking of the formation led to many deaths. While that was going on, I think the nearest Roman player probably should have set up a formidable defense on this bridge, pikes, crossbows, just to try to whittle down at that elephant presence. But the fact that they just tried to rush, they should have taken their time. I get it. I respect the play from the Roman Empires, trying to take their time or trying to rush their men into the city. But that doesn't do them any favors because the elephants will do just as well in the city. It might not be as open. You might not be able to maneuver as much. But, you know, like we saw, the elephants just ran through these streets and have broken down these Roman units in seconds. So that's probably what I would have done different if I was the Roman player. It's easier said than done, you know, when you're watching the replay compared to live. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. This is not a typical battle we get to see here with all these elephants. A glorious sally, which is you know, which is great. Now we're at the last minute here as these poor Romans make their final stand. The exits have been cut off, and now they are just experiencing the unstoppable jaws of defeat close in on them as the Sassanids, unorganized, just charges in. Just everything they've got. They're going in. Yep, there it is. And we're down to the last 30 seconds. So, yeah, it wasn't a super close battle, but I give this a big fun. This was a fun factor battle. There's a lot of fun, unique elements to this battle, which is very cool. Very fun. You had artillery, you had elephants, you had a sally out, you had Eastern Rome, Sassanids, they're a cool faction, and there you have it, guys. Down to the last 10 seconds, and the battle is over. So, let me know in the comments below what you think Eastern Roman Empire could have done here to win the battle, and change the outcome. Again, big shout out to Tharshey for sending in the battle replay. Baron von Belgium, a king of old. Congrats on the victory. And then we've got Vij, M. Trumper, Blank User, and Apex. So shout out to all you guys. Let me just show you all the kills here. Look at all these elephants, guys. I mean, they really rallied all their elephants together on that one side. But I think they needed more anti-elephant, but they probably didn't know that they were going to bring so many. But yeah, guys, oh, they had artillery, which did nothing. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next time on the battlefield.